Okay, let me test something out real quick. I just want to make sure everything is sounding okay. I don't know if my mic, I don't know if my mic is picking anything up significant. It out? Okay. Okay. I don't know if my mic is perfect. Okay, everything sounds fine. How you guys doing today? Movie 186 back again with another live stream. This is an important live stream because I wanted to I wanted to discuss this because I hope that I don't come off as bitter or angry regarding this topic because I'm not upset. Because I'm not upset. Let me just share this on Twitter real quick and then we'll get started. Let me just, okay. All right, so I shared it on Twitter. And, I mean, that's all I'm gonna put it on there. So how y'all doing this evening? How y'all doing this morning? Actually, this morning where I'm at. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. I'm having a good day, but I there is something that I need to discuss because I feel like this is something that I've been thinking about ever since this whole thing started. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can test this real quick. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm using SteamYard right now. Uh, they added a couple new things and like a ticker on the bottom. So that's pretty cool. I like SteamYard a lot. So if you guys haven't gotten a chance to use it, if what's that other thing called? Uh, Discord. If it's too much for you, then SteamYard is it's pretty easy to use. So, but anyways, like I said, hopefully this is something that I wanted to discuss, right? Because there was news coming out. This happened a week ago from Jason Schreier, who said that he said that he heard that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be coming to PC gaming. He didn't. I don't think he gave a timetable when it's going to happen, but he said that it's going to happen. And remember, he been floating around this rumor for a while. For a couple weeks before that, before this news, he said that he heard from a source that they're thinking about putting Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. It ended up being PlayStation Now, but then he came out with this thing saying that Horizon is coming to PC, and he said that that's not going to be the only one that's coming to PC. Now, with all that said, it is just a rumor. Sony hasn't really commented on it. They haven't really said anything, so we don't know. We don't know what's going on, right? But over the past couple weeks, I'll probably say a couple months, Sony's been making a lot of moves that has gotten a lot of the PlayStation guys worried, right? So obviously you look at the whole Horizon, the whole MLB thing that happened. Having Xbox Live essentially on if you want to play the new Minecraft game, you need Xbox Live to do it. Even if you're playing on a PlayStation, and there's a bunch of other stuff that people haven't been feeling. So what Sony's been doing, right? And to me, I mostly largely ignored it because I don't know because I didn't know what because frankly I don't really care. I didn't really care about all that other stuff because none of that stuff affects me. And the MLB one, I spoke on that because I wanted the franchise to continue. I didn't care if it had to go multiplat, then it had to go multiplat. That's very different than this situation right here. Now, let's say that Horizon Zero Dawn and other PlayStation games are going to be going to PC, right? Let's say that does happen. What's the point of console gaming? You know what I mean? I had a discussion a week ago about this, and everyone, I had a couple people, and the vast majority of it has been very civil. So I'm I'm not gonna like name, I'm not gonna like bash nobody or nothing like that. A lot of the conversations that I've been having on Twitter about this has been civil, so I have no reason to hate on anybody. But what is the point of console gaming? Why should someone like me, right? And I've been gaming for almost 3 decades now. Started when I was like 6 7 years old. I owned my first console when I was 8. You know what I mean? I'm 30. I'm pretty much just turned 34 a few weeks ago. So I've been gaming for 26 plus years. You know what I mean? And I've been gaming primarily on consoles for 26 years. Right? I had a little stint where I tried to convert my e machines computer into a gaming PC. That didn't go out. That didn't turn out too well. But so shout out to you, Double Shooter. Thank you for the comment. If Sony puts HDD on PC, it's over. Sony will officially kill their brand. Now I'll discuss that later. I'm gonna discuss that a little bit later. But for me personally, I don't understand. I don't see the need. Like, all right, let me backtrack a little bit. Right, like I said, I've been gaming. I've been gaming for 26 years. The vast majority of that has been on consoles. Right, and I remember back in the day when consoles, like you look at my first console generation, the first console I bought was Super Nintendo. Right, and obviously since I was a little kid, I couldn't afford to have both. I would have loved to have a Sega Genesis, but I didn't have the obviously I didn't have the money for it. I didn't have any. I really it was not my choice because I was only 8 years old. So I had to pick the console that spoke to me as a consumer, right? So and I look at back then, I had a infatuation with fighting games. Plus, I was a fan of Mario, Zelda, and stuff like that. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get a Super Nintendo. It was that simple. I decided I'm gonna get me a Super Nintendo. Right? Nothing against the Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis is a great console. I mean, it has some great games on there like Streets of Rage. Obviously the Sonic games, Kid Chameleon, Golden Axe. It had tons of great games. But I decided, you know what? I told my dad, you know what? I want a Super Nintendo. Same thing goes for the next generation. PS, PS, PS1, original PlayStation, and the N64. A tough decision. A decision that divided our family. You see, I had a little sister. Obviously she's still alive, obviously, but I have a little sister that wanted a Super Nintendo. I mean, not a Super Nintendo. She wanted a N64. And while the N64 was a very appealing device, especially if you're a wrestling fan at the time, which I was, at the end of the day, I saw the fighting games on there, mainly Tekken 2, and I was like, you know what, I want the PlayStation. You know what I mean? It was a tough decision, but since I was the oldest, I got my way, and ultimately, I made the right decision. As great as the N64 was near the end, and for anyone who was alive and was in the know when it comes to gaming, everyone knows that the PlayStation One literally just outlasted the N64 because they had more games, and frankly, they had better games. So you go from there to the I used to call it sixth generation: PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, GameCube, Xbox. Right now, PS obviously Dreamcast came out first. It was an appealing console, but it was based off of a brand that a lot of people frankly didn't trust. A lot of people didn't trust. A lot of people didn't trust the A lot of people didn't trust the Sega. No one, not a lot of people trusted Sega because they had the Sega Genesis, which was successful, and then they started adding all these accessories to it, like Sega CD, Sega 32X. They launched the launch of the Sega Saturn was shitty. And they came out with the Dreamcast, which was a great console, but unfortunately, the 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 accumulation of failures following the Dreamcast was what killed the Dreamcast. It wasn't the Dreamcast itself, because when you look at that library for the 2 years that it was out, has really one of the best libraries in gaming. I would argue it had a much better library than any Nintendo console that's come out the last couple of years. But at the end of the day, it just died. So PS2 comes out, and PS2 just blows up like gangbusters. My favorite console of all time. But why is that? Why was the PS2 my favorite console of all time? Was it because of the features? I could play DVDs on there, the cheapest DVD you can find at the time. No, it wasn't that. You look at the GameCube, very powerful machine, definitely lacked some features, but it was a powerful machine, it was stronger than the PS2. Then you look at the Xbox. Xbox was completely feature galore, right? It was essentially that the Xbox was the console that in a lot of ways was ahead of its time, because it was a console that that um that was it was ahead of its time. A lot of things that you can trace to gaming today, to console gaming today, you can trace back to the original Xbox, with playing, having a hard drive, being able to play music in the background while playing your games. It was a revolutionary system, very very powerful, much more powerful than the PS2 and the GameCube. But what was the difference? What was the main reason why I played my PS2 most, and I stuck with the PS2? It was because of the games and the exclusive games, and we're talking games that were like either true exclusive, like the God of War games, or games that came out first on PlayStation, like the Grand Theft Auto games, right? The Grand Theft Auto, Tekken, the Tekken games. Those were the games that I grew up playing. Those were some of my favorite games of all time. And for a while you could only play those games on a PlayStation. And frankly, ever since that generation, console gaming has gone downhill for me. Has gone downhill for me when it comes to shady DLC practices. You look at day one patches, right? Games getting released half-assed because of the ability to add DLC later and shit like that, right? Paying to play online, paying to play games online, all this stuff that has dragged down console gaming. But yet for me, I knew all this stuff. Like the one thing that you've never seen on my channel is me trashing PC gaming in general, because I've been knew that when everything is perfect, PC gaming is the way to go. I knew that. Everyone knew that. But here's the difference. When it came down to it, when it came to console gaming, I was always able to justify it by saying the reason why I prefer console gaming over PC gaming is because at the end of the day, I wanted to play console exclusives that were only available on that console. So all the bullshit that you hear about when it comes to console gaming, right? And a lot of it I agree with. At the end of the day, the main reason why I stuck to console gaming was because of exclusive games, whether it was on Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony. It didn't matter. As long as you had content I couldn't get anywhere else, I'm cool. I was cool with buying your console. I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't mind. But here's the thing. Without that, then what do you have? And I had one guy respond to me. I forgot the guy's name, and obviously, it was one of the conversations I had. It definitely wasn't no hate behind on it, but he was talking about how it was about comfort, like not just wanting to sit down at a home theater, just playing your game on a controller, this and that was it. And I understood, but the problem is You could do all that with your PC now. You could hook up you could hook up your PC to a TV. You know what I mean? You can use any controller you want on PC. So yeah, I understand his point. I know all of that is done easier with a console. I get that, but and even if even if I wanted to, even if I had a PC to do all that, like I think they like that's not my setup. I'm in a small room. It's a relatively small room, and you know that's not my thing anyway. Like I have my TV on a stand. I have my consoles on the bottom. That's it. I don't have this big home theater. I don't have surround sound. None of that shit. Like that's not my thing. So when you talk about, so now you take that out the way. What else do I need a console for? What do I need a console for? Now, and I see some dudes who have experience with PC gaming. They like, oh, you know, you're not gonna like it. It's not for everybody. I know shit's not for everybody. I know that. But as someone who has dealt with gaming all my life, someone who do research on not only on the games that I buy, on I do research on everything. If I'm interested in something, I'll do research on it. Why could I not adjust to PC gaming? Why wouldn't I be able to? It's not that difficult, people. It's not it may be difficult to stick with something, but is it something that I cannot do? No, fuck no. Fuck no. The things I worry about with PC gaming is more about troubleshooting shit that I'm not into. But I have to experience that myself. I have to experience that myself. So you know you have all these people talking trying to defend console gaming. What is there to defend? If you don't have nothing to like if there's nothing what is there to defend? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like all these people, and I'm gonna get to you Xbox dudes in a second. I'm gonna get to you. No, you know what? I'm gonna get to you Xbox dudes right now. Cause a lot of you guys are full of shit. So full of shit. At the beginning of this generation, what did Xbox dudes clown PlayStation games and PlayStation 4? Not having exclusives. Not having any. Having these, indie station, delay station, all this other bullshit. But now all of a sudden, ever since Microsoft decided, you know what, we're gonna put our games on PC as well. And to be fair to Microsoft, they sporadically have done it over the years. But as you notice, as when it comes to 360, as the 360 started gaining momentum sales wise, you notice that the following Gears game, Gears 1 was on PC, 2 and 3 were not. I believe Halo 3. I believe Halo was Halo 3 on PC. No, but I know the original Halo was on PC, and I don't believe 2 or 3 were either. So there's the trend I'm going with this. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me in the chat. But you know where I'm going with this, right? They sporadically have done it, but at the beginning of the generation, they were all about exclusives. They were all about exclusives, and to be frank, they're still about exclusives. Why are all these people cheering every time Microsoft decides announces a studio acquisition? So they can see how much they can make games on other platforms. Bullshit, bull fucking shit. We all know why they were cheering when Microsoft bought Ninja Theory and Obsidian and all the other companies they bought, so that they can produce games for the Xbox. That's why they were excited. You think those dudes would have been okay with them buying Ninja Theory? And then Ninja Theory is like, well, we still have a project that we have to make exclusively for PlayStation, so we're gonna do that. Fuck no. Fuck no. They wouldn't be okay with that. No, they wouldn't. At the end of the day, every console gamer realizes, and Cole Eastwood made a post a couple of days ago saying why did you prefer the brand that you preferred? And the overwhelming reason for that was because of exclusive. I think it got 39%. But second was like all these other choices, and I'm thinking to myself, there is only one choice when it comes to console gaming, especially nowadays. when all these consoles are now are just PCs, cheap lockdown PCs. That's all these consoles are nowadays. With all the updating and shit and downloadable packs and shit like that. The only thing these consoles are now are cheap, lockdown, gimped PCs. And the only reason why you buy those consoles is because of exclusive content. That has always been the case. That should only be the case. It has always been that way, and it should only be, and that has always been that way. All this talk about, oh, well, the controller. Oh, I like the controller better. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Like I said, a controller can be a part of it, but that can't be the main reason. I'm not buying a $400, $500 system just because of a fucking controller. Fuck that bullshit. And I know deep down inside, you guys don't believe that shit either. Ecosystem, right? People say, oh, well, I'm so ingrained on the ecosystem. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. I don't buy it. The vast majority of those dudes on the Xbox One, especially those who started gaming on Xbox in the beginning, all started playing that game because of Halo. Had nothing to do because of ecosystems and achievements and all the other shit that didn't exist back then. They started playing that fucking console because of fucking Halo. Or any other, or especially if they're younger Xbox fans, they did it because of the games. Anyone who says anything other than console gaming is about this and that, and they don't say game, they are full of shit. They're either full of shit or they're 5 years old. That's a fact. Exactly. That's 100% true. Devil Shooter. It's like you see a bunch of Xbox dudes on there, and like they're like, oh well, console exclusives are anti-consumer, this and that, and then all of a sudden, when PlayStation do all, if that's the case, wow, bring Hellblade 2 to the PlayStation, and then they scoff at that, be like, no, it's an Xbox One exclusive, it's an Xbox One exclusive. We know it's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and here's the thing, right? I'm not, let me address your first point, Devil Shooter, about whether or not it'll kill their brand, right? Like I said, I'm not upset that that the game may be coming to PC. I'm not upset if Sony decides they want to put their games on PC. That's fine. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. The only thing that really annoys me is that there are people who try to change the narrative and try to say on one hand that if that it doesn't affect anything if games go to PC. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Now, obviously, you're always gonna have casuals who buy console. That's what console gaming is for. It's essentially gaming for casuals. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for someone like me, what do I need a console for? I just buy everything I need on PC. Now, will it affect Sony? Like I don't know. I don't know if it's going to kill Sony. I don't know. Because at the end of the day, like they're a business, and when it comes to making money, you know what I mean, they know what they're doing. So but the thing is that if that's what they want to do, that's fine. Like I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not gonna sit there and just buy their console because of it. No. Because at the end of the day, that PlayStation is just a box. Whether it's PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, whatever. It's just a box that plays games. I don't have no emotional attachment to a box. It's everything that happens within within that box, aka the game, is what I care about. And if I don't need your box to play your games, then I don't need to buy the box. Like again, that's not hatred. That's not being mad or anything like that. No, it's just common sense. It's just common sense. And like to me, I just don't I don't understand why would I buy a console if the last thing that made that console relevant is gone. It's gone. And now, and the thing is that in the past, I've dealt with PC gamers who say, well, Sony and Microsoft need to compete with features. Well, are you guys fucking stupid? How do you compete when it comes to features when these boxes are closed? They're closed box. You can't do anything to them outside of maybe changing the hard drive. What else is there? What else is there to compete with? That's why I don't understand, and especially for these fucking PC dudes who you own PCs. You can do it whatever the fuck you want with your PCs. You can do whatever you want. What like this notion where they have to compete with features. Like what? That don't make no sense. It literally here what it literally is. It's literally telling restaurant A. Let's say you have restaurant A and B. It's literally telling restaurant A. Let's say restaurant A is McDonald's, right? And restaurant B is McDowell's. If you watch Coming to America, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's literally like telling McDowell's that they have to make the same food as McDonald's, but they have to make their food, unique. They have to make everything like the restaurant unique. They have to make everything about the restaurant unique to McDonald's. So essentially, you want them to sell the same food, but yet they have to change. They have to change the outlook of how the food is. You get what I'm saying? It does, to me it doesn't make any sense business wise, because at the end of the day, people go by brand recognition, right? Like I'm not going to a restaurant just because of the acoustics or because of the seats. I don't give a fuck. All I care about is if the food is good. That's all I care about. Like I don't care about none of that other stuff like the marketing. It don't matter. I would argue that Arby's is one of the. I believe Arby's. I think Arby's is one that has one of the best social media accounts out there. I'm not going there to eat because of that. I know definitely Wendy's have one of the best social media accounts out there. I'm not going there to eat because I like their tweets. No, I'm going there to eat because I like their food. That's it. And but I always hear these PC gamers. They always say that because at the end of the day, they don't want to buy. They don't want to buy consoles anymore. So that's why they're telling Microsoft and Sony, and they don't say nothing about Nintendo. I find that very odd. They don't say nothing about Nintendo, but they tell Microsoft and Sony, well, I don't need to buy your hardware. I just want to play your games. Like so, and to an extent, I do understand. I get it. I get it. I understand. But this notion that oh well like they don't need they don't need exclusive to compete. That is a fucking that's stupid. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. And if Sony believes that they can sell their hardware on something other than software, then let them go ahead. Do what you do. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead. Like it is what it is. Like I said, if I can't, if the one thing that makes your console special is not there anymore, then why should I buy it? Why should I? And the thing is that when it comes to like like buying console or whatever, I always assumed that I was gonna obviously buy my PlayStation first, and I'm still buying a PS5 by the way. Until this thing is confirmed, I'm still buying a PS5. Um, but normally what I would do is buy my new console, brand new. I would buy my secondary console secondhand or whatever, and then play whatever game, whatever exclusive that console had, or buy games. Like let's say if there's a game that I was interested in that was either part of gold or part of a deal, then I'll buy it from there. But if I go complete PC without the PlayStation, then they're damn sure I'm not buying an Xbox. The next Xbox, I'll just play everything on PC. So I've been going on for 30 minutes. So to answer your question, that do I think that it'll kill off the brand? I don't know. We have to see how they do this. We have to see how they do it. So I don't know if it's gonna kill off the brand. All I know is that I'm not buying their console if all their games are going to PC. I don't see the point of it. I don't see the point of it. But and that's pretty much my overall point. Like I said, let me reiterate this. Let me say this loud and clear. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not upset about this. It annoys me that there are gamers out there who like to switch the narrative based on their favorite brand, right? So like what Xbox do, exclusives no longer matter because Microsoft told you it didn't matter, right? That's what that type of shit annoys me, right? And also when it comes to some PC dudes, I see some PC dudes saying, "Oh, I don't have a problem buying a PlayStation 5 or Xbox One X." Why the fuck would you buy one? Like realistically, all this talk about, oh, I get to play at 120 frames. I get to play this. I get to do this. I get to change the frame rate, the resolution, and this and that. Why the fuck would you buy one? Like seriously, all you're going to do is bitch and complain about it for a couple years, and then once the next graphic card come out, you're just gonna sell it and buy and upgrade your PC. That's it. Why the fuck would you buy one? If I convert to PC gaming, I ain't going back. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Like it would be dumb if the only game they bought the PC was Horizon Zero Dawn. Like if you're going to start bringing your games out on PC, you might as well bring all of them on PC. Like you might like I like you would frankly it should start with games like Bloodborne, right? It should have started with games like The Order 1886. Like if you're gonna bring one, bring all of them out. Don't half-ass it now. You know what I mean? But like I said, we don't know what they're going to do. But let me get back to my main point, my closing argument, right? Why would these guys buy console? We already know what they're going to do. We already know what they're going to do. And part of my main problem with gamers nowadays is that they don't put their money where their mouth is, right? They always talk about shit they don't like. They go talk about games they don't like, companies they don't like, but yet they sit there and they still buy the product anyway. I got Xbox dudes out here talking all this shit about games that they buy, but I'm like, why the fuck are you buying the game? Don't buy the fucking game. Like all these years of people, I see people bitching about Madden, bitching about NBA 2K, bitching about WWE 2K, but yet every single year these big YouTubers constantly buy these fucking games. Why? Because they know that people are going to watch. They know people are going to watch, so that's why they buy it. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, you're not helping. You're not all you're doing is doing this for clout. When the best way to tell companies that you don't like what they're doing is with your wallet. It's the best way. It's the only way to tell them. Not with a fucking YouTube video. Not with some bullshit ass petitions. Is with your fucking wallet. But all gamers fall for that trap. Everyone, including PC gamers, especially these guys who say, "Oh, I'll still buy a PlayStation 5." What the fuck? What for? What for? Why? It don't make no sense. Like overall, let me get to my main closing argument. Right. At the end of the day, for me, this is just for me. For me, if if all these years, right, all the last couple of generations, for me, I'm not gonna say it's been bad, but has been a letdown compared to what we had before, what we had with the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube generation. To me, that was the last great generation in gaming. And you look at all the things that happened there, and then look at where we are at now when it comes to console gaming, right? If you're telling me that the last thing that I need that would justify me staying on consoles is exclusives and that's gone, then why do I need one? Tell me, why do I need one? Why do I need a console? Like I said, I don't need it for developing a home theater device. Need it as a home theater device because I don't use my PlayStation that way. I come home, I sit down, and I press a button, and there we go. But even times I can't do that because there's probably an update or something I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's certain things that I can do with on PC gaming that's better than console gaming, and then I can also play every game that I want, whether it's on PlayStation, on Microsoft, and everything in between with all the third parties. Then the choice is easy. Why would I stick to that's the thing. Why would I stick to consoles? If I can't get exclusive content on my console, and you're telling me that there's still other reasons. Those other reasons don't hold a candle to me. Those other reasons don't matter to me. Like the controller, I can use any controller I want on PC, right? Like there's nothing like to me. There's nothing else that would justify gaming on console as opposed to PC. The only thing that you had was exclusives, and now that's gone. So that's pretty much it. Like that's pretty much it. That's really all I have to say about this. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to you, Double Shooter. Thank you for commenting. Like I said, I'm open to discussions about this because I feel like I don't believe that console gaming has much to offer me if this is true. Like obviously we all have to realize that Sony hasn't really said anything, and frankly they might not say anything for a while. I mean, pretty much all we're really waiting for now is the PS5 official reveal. So yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything I needed to cover. This will be 186. I'm out. Peace. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.